Hey folks, last weekend I was a volunteer at MDEV, the Midwest Game Developers Conference, and although I am not a game dev, I am a software developer that loves games. So I wanted to give a quick update on the games that I saw while I was there. Let's get to it. I think a good place to start here is Midwest Games, the publisher with a variety of interesting titles that are available. An item of note here is The Legend of Babu, which was, I believe, announced during MDEV. So we got a general idea of what that's going to be like. I think the other kind of star of the show is Floor is What, which is a party-style game. I was able to briefly play one of those mini games and enjoy it. I ended up signing up for playtesting on that one because I think that the multiplayer chaos of that game might be really interesting to see as it develops. Another game that I played while I was there is Hive Jump 2 Survivors. I actually own that game, so I was mostly playing it because I like it. But if you're not familiar with it, it's a Survivors game. It's set in the Hive Jump universe. I had originally played Deep Rock Galactic Survivors before picking it up, and I liked it enough to get to buy all the upgrades in it with the in-game currency and unlock all the characters and have a pretty good time. Another game that I ran into in the more general area is Ripple and Frog, and Ripple and Frog is kind of a cooperative two-player game, which seems pretty sweet. It's basically a It Takes Two style narrative adventure with some cool cartoon elements and cute characters. Another game that I played is Dino-Might. Dino-Might is kind of halfway between Smash Brothers and games like Towerfall. 4 players start on screen, 1 ends, and there is much chaos in the middle. Another game that I looked at was High Fructose, which could be described as first-person fruit ninja. During the Exalis pitch competition, High Fructose was the winner of Best Pitch, so it was quite appealing. Another game that I saw was Dev Hell. The developer described that as a mix between Inscription and the TV show Succession, and I think that is broadly accurate to the game as shown, and it was a pretty good time. Another game I saw was Dream Runner. Dream Runner was kind of like a Celeste-like, pretty decent platformer with kind of puzzle elements. In that there's quite a few different mechanics that they were able to show off, and I really enjoyed the art style, the graphics, and the even still in development, the pretty tight platforming that they offered up for demo. A new entry to MDEV is Take That Main Stage, which is a rock band life simulator. It involves playing, but also composing and living the life of a rock star, which I thought was a pretty interesting thing. Speaking of music, there was also a mobile app, like an iPad app, to help learn stringed instruments such as viola, violin, that sort of thing, to help understand sight reading and where those notes would appear on an actual stringed instrument. So they actually taught people like me how to read notes for Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, put them along with where they would be on the fingering on a viola, and then let us actually play a viola to see if we've learned anything, which I thought was an interesting demo. Unfortunately, the name of the game escapes me, and I'm really sorry about that. Another game I saw there was Mole Maiden, which was kind of a cute little pixel art game with some drilling mechanics similar to Pepper Grinder. I'm seeing. I think that'll be a pretty cool game to watch out for. Another game that I saw was SKYLINE CITYGIRL, I believe. It's seemed like a rhythm drifter racer, which seemed pretty cool. Temporal Titans was another pitch game during the Exala pitch competition. It was a strategy game with some time manipulation mechanics involved. Junkineering was a mobile game that was being displayed from a European developer. Lots of customization options and some pretty cool art. Clock Out at 2 is a life sim / work sim / psychological horror about being a minority at work, just trying to make it to 2 o'clock so that you can go to your abuela's birthday party, and failing more often than not. A surprise that I found there at MDEV was Lake Minnewaska, which is actually a free game available on Steam right now, which is kind of a narrative fishing game about kind of working through your emotions and catching some fish. Another game from a small developer I tried was Oops, You're the Hero, which was an interesting, both Zelda-alike but narrative adventure about having responsibility thrust upon you. Because I was volunteering, I didn't have time just to play all of the games, but I was very thankful for to be able to play the ones that I did. I would encourage you to check them out, and if possible, when you game, consider gaming local. Try to support the local developers that are in your region, as giving them your time and attention is one of the best gifts that you can provide for them. Thanks. Later.